intrusive noise, she swore at the stab in her palm from the sharp edge of the blade. Damn it! After jerking her stinging hand from the work of art, she ignored the blood running along her skin and wiped the dark red liquid off the door. Then she focused on her injury. Bam, bam, bam! She gritted her teeth and took a deep breath. Hand wrapped in a dingy yet clean light blue towel, she stomped from the workshop garage through the house to the front door. Yes, she demanded, yanking it open. It was a struggle, but she forced niceness in her tone. It might actually be a neighbor she liked. It wasn't. Lusted after, sure. Dreamed about, definitely. Liked? Nope. You, she growled. Beyond him, she saw a line of cars, some in her driveway, and knew the night would be loud. Took you long enough, Skylar. His deep rumble bypassed her ears to hit directly on her lady parts that had been ignored too long and teased them. Fuck. She was surprised he remembered her name. Usually, all she got were glares and grunts. Her anger simmered, but she tried so hard to remain calm. Faster heartbeat meant more blood pumping and more blood loss. Her hand had begun to feel numb, though the throb had yet to completely vanish. What could you possibly want? Those incredible green-blue eyes moved over her figure, pushing her pain to the back of her mind and setting up an entirely different type of throb. Entirely different. That's a loaded question for a Marine just off his latest deployment. Right now, however, I'm merely after a blunder. Irritation at being asked to supply items to his party, but not securing an actual invite, spiked through her. After all, she supplied the parking and some of the items needed and apparently allowed her backyard to be the trash can. She snorted and did her best to ignore the dark ink spiraling from beneath the sleeve of his shirt, twining around his muscular arm in a sensual and sexy way. I've seen the women you parade in and out of there. I'm nothing like them. So not a loaded question for me to ask, regardless of any recently finished deployment. She locked her knees as her world shifted from the pain. Shit, not good. She needed to get her butt to the hospital. Blenders on the counter. Lock up when you're done. She hated letting him in her private space, but she had to get to a hospital and have herself checked out. He narrowed his gaze, yet stepped inside. She moved past his overwhelming presence, trying to keep the bulky towel around her hand hidden. Outside, she forced her legs to work as she headed for her truck. What the hell do you think you're doing? His voice, intoxicating baritone, carried to her all too well, not to mention to those women at his place who turned in their direction. While she prayed he was hollering to someone at his place, she opened the door to her truck. Closing her eyes briefly, she took a deep breath and hoped she wouldn't fall as she tried to climb up. You better fucking be sliding all the way over. I saw all the blood in the fucking bulky towel you tried to hide from me. You're injured and not driving. She bit back a whimper. Leave me alone. Give me your fucking keys and slide over. Behind her was his warmth, and she didn't even know when he'd gotten so close. That rumble left his mouth and zeroed in on her clit, giving her another reason to be lightheaded. He apparently decided she wasn't moving fast enough and gripped her around the waist, depositing her in the passenger seat like she weighed no more than a feather. Before she could wrap her head around that, his powerful forearm brushed her breasts when he plucked the keys from her hand. They were peeling out of the drive moments later. Parker cussed about the car he nearly took out to leave her driveway. Now he knew how she felt. He buckled his belt as they streaked off down the road, leaving the cul-de-sac and heading for the main road. The truck's windows were up, and she could smell his fresh and clean masculine scent. The air conditioner didn't help dispel the scent of him. He wove around traffic like it stood still, yet she never once thought there was danger.